Old Bloke Goes Cooking. Number 2. Greek yogurt with superfoods. So, cooking is actually one of my favourite things to do. Didn't used to be, but it is now. You see, I'm not a trained chef, but who is? Quite a few old blokes, and for that matter, blokesses, live alone and can't be bothered cooking for themselves. But it can be easy and a lot cheaper and tastier if you do. This next dish I'm going to put together is a doddle. You don't even need to turn on the cooker. It's more of an ensemble, as the French say. But before we get started, before you actually take your first bite of this delicious treat, let me tell you something about the amazing ingredients. Firstly, there's Greek yogurt itself. Now when you buy this, make sure it's authentic Greek yogurt, not Greek-style yogurt, which is just normal yogurt with thickeners. In my book, keep to the full fat version as well. Zero fat is really nowhere as tasty. Plus, all the magic ingredients you're going to add to this dish will more than compensate for that wee extra bit of fat. Greek yogurt is strained to remove the whey, the liquid bit that contains lactose, so it's thicker, creamier, and contains less sugar. Lactose, you see, like those other O's chemicals, glucose, sucrose and fructose, it's a sugar. If you're looking to lose the flab, Greek yogurt may help. Its high protein content may help reduce hunger and even boost your metabolism. All blokes and blokesses are eventually prone to bone deterioration, but Greek yogurt is an excellent source of calcium, which can help improve bone health. It also contains probiotics, which support a healthy bacterial balance in the gut. There are also trials in the last few years that show Greek yogurt may be associated with lower blood pressure and a lower risk of type 2 diabetes. Now, if that isn't enough, let's look at those toppings I want to add. In fact, let's cut to the kitchen and look at the ingredients as we go along. Okay, so here we are in the kitchen, and I'm going to get a bowl out, and I'm going to get a wee teaspoon. There we go. And the duck's here, of course. Sophie. Hi, Sophie. Where are you? Good dog. Come here. Here. You got a waggy tail? Eh? See, some people probably think it's bad to have a dog in the kitchen, but this is a family we're in, you know. Isn't it? Tail slap against the neck. Okay, you see, Sophie loves some of the ingredients we're going to be putting in here. So we'll have a wee treat as we go along, maybe. Okay, go and sit down. Good dog. Okay, so we're going to start with blueberries, jings. They have one of the highest antioxidant levels in any fruit found in the UK. I'm just going to put this dish here and get the blueberries out of the fridge. Right. I'm putting the blueberries beside the yoghurt tub, and you know something? They're both plastic. The containers, I mean, what's going on? Is there no way we can put some other kind of container together for these things without plastic? Because it's obviously bad to have plastic. I saw a thing on the internet actually with the blueberries where they were actually in a plastic container. Not a plastic container, they were in a container, you know, the ones that contain eggs, the kind of papery, kind of compacted paper stuff. The fruit was all in those, and I thought, that's better. That's going to at least be biodegradable compared to the plastic. As far as the yoghurt tubs go, I sometimes put a wee hole in the bottom and I put some herbs and grow some stuff in them. They're a wee plant pot, so it's better to use them for something rather than chuck them in a bin if you can. Back to the blueberries. Okay, there we are. I've got about 125 grams of blueberries here. I'm going to put half this in on top of the yoghurt. But first of all, I'm going to spoon in 3 dollops of yoghurt. 1, 2, 3. That's 3 dollops of yoghurt in there. And I'm going to pour the blueberries in. And the blueberries are going in the top. Mix that a wee bit. And now I'm going to put the strawberries. This is Sophie's favourite bit, isn't it, Sophie? Aye. Okay, so the strawberries have got a wee green bit on top, but don't take that off. So I dig kind of after I wash my hands, I take the wee green bits off my nail and plop the strawberry in the top of the yoghurt and the green bit here. Is that good? Another one. Strawberry. Yep. And another one. Here. There we go. She loves them. So, and that's 5 strawberries in there and about 75 grams of blueberries on top of the yoghurt. Now, blueberries, jings. Some of the things they can do, well, they've got the highest antioxidant level of any fruit found in the UK. Supermarkets and stuff like that, you're not going to find a fruit with a higher level of antioxidant. And studies on 16,000 older people showed that blueberries delayed mental ageing by up to 2.5 years. That's got to be a good thing, surely. Good for the brain. They also slow down the oxidation of bad cholesterol, a risk factor in heart disease. That's good too. They reduce DNA damage. Important in ageing and cancer. They improve insulin sensitivity and lower blood pressure. Like cranberries, they've been shown to stop certain bacteria finding a home in your bladder. So they can actually help with things like UTI infections, I think. And this one is pretty important to me. They help muscles recover after strenuous exercise, which is good. Now, you can often get deals in supermarkets where you buy strawberries and blueberries together and you get a wee bit off. Personally, I found Aldi, yet again, a good place to get a reasonable quantity of these fruits at a reasonable price, about £2 or less for 125 grams. Strawberries. Now, they're in the shape of a heart, aren't they, Sophie? And as if someone was trying to give us a clue, they increase good cholesterol, are rich in potassium and magnesium, which is good. Hold on, I've got something coming on here. Okay, that's fine. All good for the heart. They were initially cultivated by the Romans and are now the world's most popular berry. The French even regard them as an aphrodisiac. They would, of course, wouldn't they? We used to have a dog called Betsy, that's Sophie's mum, and she ate them off the bushes outside as well as our raspberries. So whenever we went to harvest there was none there, but the dogs enjoyed them, you know. You see, your ancient cousin, Sophie, the wolves and that, you see, you're actually an omnivore, aren't you? You eat anything, don't you? Yes. And so your cousins, the wolves, would eat berries in the wild. So that's why you and your mum like them so much. And a strawberry isn't even technically a berry or a fruit, it's actually an enlarged receptacle of a flower. Enough already. Let's start throwing some more stuff together. Next is going to be walnuts. Now, walnuts. Here's my wee packet of walnuts. Here we go. There they are, a wee packet of walnuts. And I'm going to just sprinkle some on top of the berries. Now, walnuts are so good for you that there's been a walnut scientific conference for the last 50 years at the University of California. All they do is report new findings there about how good walnuts basically are. Now, walnuts contain more omega-3 fat than any other nut. Heart disease is reduced by omega-3. Tick. Very good. They are also another of those anti-inflammatory foods. Now, what's the big deal about something being anti-inflammatory? Well, I talked about this for turmeric, didn't I? Well, inflammation is at the root of many diseases, including heart disease, type 2 diabetes, and Alzheimer's and cancer. And walnuts have about 4 things in them that reduce this inflammation. Magnesium, omega-3, polyphenols, and an amino acid called arginine. Sorry, another big word. Urolithins. These act a bit like hormones and may block hormone-induced cancers like prostate and breast cancer. The urolithins, which come from the walnuts as well, may also help protect against colon and rectal cancers. So walnuts are really, they've got to be worth a punt, eh? Again, they may help with, as I said, diabetes, and they may even control weight by suppressing blood sugar levels. Now, older people with walnuts in their diet displayed better brain function and better physical abilities. So what's not to like? Okay, what's next? Pumpkin seeds. Pumpkin seeds. Let's move this out the road and get the pumpkin seeds. Okay, here I'm going to shake some in to on top of the walnuts and the yogurt and the strawberries and the berries. And the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get some other stuff. Just let me tell you about pumpkin seeds for a second. They're packed full of goodies again, especially zinc, which helps protect the prostate gland, which is good for all us guys, I'm sure. And then we have to thank the bees probably as well, because that carries the bees. But for the last 2 ingredients, honey and bee pollen. The bee pollen sounds a bit posh, stuck up, but it's not. Let me talk about that in a minute. Honey. So, 3 tablespoonfuls is about 50 calories, so not that bad. Honey can help with all sorts of things like sore throats, ulcers, it's actually sweeter than sugar, so go easy with it, but 3 teaspoonfuls is fine. I'm not even going to use this teaspoon here because it just gets so sticky. Wait a minute, I've got the jar. I'm just going to place the jar under the lid, and then I'm going to drizzle what I estimate to be 3 teaspoonfuls over the top of everything. Put that down there. Now I've got my honey in a wee saucer, which means that when the sticky bit goes down the side, it stays in saucer. I can put it in the top, across there, and it means I'm not going to get a row for making the place all sticky. Finally, the bee pollen, as I said. Now this is collected by wee brushes fitted to the hives that take a small percentage of the pollen from the bee's back legs. The bee pollen is basically bee spit, mixed with some nectar and things in there, but it's very, very good for you again. Now, people think bee pollen, well, I actually discovered it initially in Aldi again. They had a wee deal on it, but then they took it off the shelves. But you can get it on shops on the high street for as much as £5 for 100 grams, or you can get it online for as little as £1.75 for 100 grams. And that's what I do. It stores for ages in a big 500 gram bag, which I get probably lasts me about 5 months or something like that at least. I just sprinkle some on, like I'm going to now. I'm going to take some out of the packet. I'm going to just shake it over the top of the honey, and it looks lovely. It's like a wee golden balls are just drizzled all over and sort of sprinkled all over the honey, the hundreds and thousands, and it's lovely. I'm going to take a wee bite to taste this, because that's it done. All that is just basically a case of putting stuff together. Look at a wee taste on the. Oh my goodness, that's lovely. Now you've got the yogurt, you've got the blueberry burst in your mouth, you've got the walnut, slight crunch, and you've got the honey, and the bee pollen is slightly bitter, but that's nice as well, and it just makes it balances the whole wee thing. And my goodness, what a potion you've got there to keep you potentially very, very healthy indeed. Now, I'm not perfect, and I'll finish off the podcast in the kitchen thing. I'm not perfect because sometimes I like a bacon butty, or even better, a roll and square sausage. That's a Scottish thing. Lauren, it's got to be square sausage, Lauren sausage, steak sausage. Especially if you've had a few wines the night before, you can't beat a bacon butty or a Lauren sausage bap. It's fantastic. And it's not even a bap. It's got to be a Scottish morning roll, crispy one. So doughy inside, crispy outside, and the Lauren sausage in there. Lovely. Now let's compare the cost of a Lauren sausage compared to a Lauren sausage, roll Lauren sausage, compared to the dish I just served up, which is the yogurt superfood dish. Let's cost it out. 5 gram of bee pollen roughly is 8 pence. 50 grams of blueberries, 75 pence. 50 grams of strawberries, 75 pence. 3 dollops of yogurt, 30 pence. 3 teaspoonfuls of honey, 15 pence. Sprinkle of pumpkin seeds, 15 pence. 6 walnuts, 20 pence. So you're looking at £2.48 roughly per serving for that superfood thing that will really just keep you going forever, hopefully. Let's compare that to my roll and square sausage I had yesterday, because I said I'm not perfect. A slice of Lauren steak sausage is 50 pence, and 1 Scottish crispy morning roll is 30 pence. A slither of Lurpak, 2 pence, 82 pence. Now, no one said that good health comes cheap, so just remember, I tried to look up some benefits of a Lauren sausage, a sausage roll really, a roll and sausage, and the benefits were hard to find. Let me see. I looked up, and initially I found it said that processed meat can lead to early death. Great. But wait, there was this too. Wait a minute. I found this book. Let's see. It says the Lauren sausage has 11 grams of muscle-building protein. Who wrote this? A butcher. It's high in selenium. So good for your thyroid gland. Selenium is. It's very good for your thyroid. It's also high in phosphorus. That means the sausage helps kidney function and reduces that hangover. That's why after a wee bit of booze the night before, you crave a rolling sausage. Must be something to do with that. They also contain niacin, which helps with healthy skin, hair and eyes. And sausage is an antidepressant. Well, niacin is.